So, I bought the Corsair K55 keyboard a few months ago now, and I've already made one video on why you should not get this keyboard. It's not because this keyboard is bad, but it's because this keyboard is not worth the money. So, if you're interested in buying this keyboard, I'll go down to the description below, or have it linked. It'll be the first link, and I would recommend watching that video. But, if you did buy this keyboard, then I have a few mods that might help out and make your keyboard look a little better, so the two mods I did were the spray-painted backplate, and the spray-painted wrist rest, and the sanded keycaps. So we'll start with the keycaps, and pretty simple. I'm going to take these two keycaps off. I have the arrow keys and the WASD keys that have spray painted tops, and all the F keys, the custom keys, and all the other keys over here all have the sides off, almost like the putting keycap design. And I'll get in how to do that right now. So what you're going to get is you're going to get sandpaper. This is the sandpaper I'm using. It's the waterproof 600 grit or something like that. Finishing sandpaper. It's very, very fine. You can hardly tell. You're gonna get a little damp, as you can see, and that's why you need waterproof. Pretty much, you're gonna get the keycap you want to sand, and this will make a big mess if you're gonna do a bunch of keycaps, and it'll take a long time. But you're just gonna pretty much just sand off the sides, and just keep on doing that until it gets all of it off, and it's pretty simple like that. So once you've sanded off all the sides of each piece, it's important that you clean these off so you don't get dust in the keyboard, and then you let them dry so they don't get water in the keyboard either. Even this, I'm pretty sure this is a waterproof keyboard, but just to be safe, I would let them dry after. And for the top ones, it is pretty much the same thing. Sand the tops, and it's a little hard because the angle, how it's curved, but just try to sand it all, and it's pretty simple. That's why I did the putting keycap design for most of them, and only a few of them with this top keycap design, because it's harder. And the reason why you need this very fine sandpaper is because if you don't get fine sandpaper, you'll be able to easily tell that there's scrapes on it. As you can see, this is kind of shiny, and you want that. You can see the scrapes a tiny bit, but you want it as shiny as possible without any scrapes, and that's the easiest way to do it. And it's not perfect, as you can see. If I get like F1 key, I'll just get the G1 key. If I get this G1 key, you can see through the keycap, which is a little annoying, but I mean, you get the job done. It has a good effect afterward. So the second mod is the spray painted backplate and the wrist rest. It's pretty simple. You're just going to pretty much spray paint the backplate and the wrist rest, but actually taking off the backplate is the hard part. So what you're going to do to spray paint the backplate is you're going to turn the keyboard over. So on the back side, I'm going to put these down. You can see the screws like here, 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 here. There's one here, and there's one underneath here. You have to rip a little spot pretty much in the middle to get the last screw out. And there's one here, 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 here. Yeah, pretty much all the holes, and then there's one in the middle. You're just going to take those all out, so I'm going to get to that right now. Okay, and the back plate pops off. Gotta use a tiny bit of pressure, but just pops off. Tiny bit of pressure in the corner. Okay, and before I take it off, I'm actually going to unplug it because I forgot to do that, and that's very important so you don't destroy it. So now that I've unplugged it, I'm going to take the back off. Don't pull it off, take it off very carefully, because as you can see, it's connected with some wires right there. So all my screws came out, fell in the back. So now we have two parts to the keyboard. First part is the keycaps and membrane. That just comes off. It's pretty simple. And the second part is the entire keyboard part. So you want to leave this alone. Don't touch it. It's just all the keyboard, and yeah, leave that alone. We don't need that. We're just got to deal with this part. So I'm going to put this over off the side. And there's more screws on this here, so you're gonna have to get the screw here, 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 and screw here and here. You're gonna take those off, and then that's how you get the backboard off. So let's take these screws out. Okay, now there's little connectors that keep it on. You can just pop those off. They're right here, and they pretty much just come out at a little angle. You just want to pop those off. Pushing down on them usually gets them off. In a little trouble, there we go. So this is the keyboard. This is the entire board that all the keycaps are attached to. Put that off to the side, and you're left with the backboard. Here's the backboard. This is the part you're going to spray paint. And there's these little keys, and you want to take them off. It's pretty simple. Just go to the back and give them a little pressure. They'll come out. It's important you take these off so you don't accidentally spray paint them. And also remembering where they go is important. So I take a picture of where, like a picture of where they go so you don't put them in the wrong spot after that. So, once you have those off, you're gonna put them off to the side, extra screws, and get this down. You're gonna get the tape. I don't have any painter's tape, so I'm just gonna use duct tape. So you're gonna get your duct tape, and you're going to pretty much just put it on the seam. I'm not gonna do it all because I've already done this to my keyboard, but you pretty much just want to put it on the seam perfectly so you don't accidentally spray paint this black glossy part. So once you've done that, you're gonna spray paint it with your whatever spray paint you're gonna use. I would recommend the Rust-Oleum matte white. What I used for this was a primer paint because I didn't have any Rust-Oleum white, so that's why it didn't come out the best. It's a little gritty and it's scraped up there. So I wouldn't recommend you use the primer paint because it's not the best. You're gonna do a few coats of that and that's pretty much it. Once it's done, you just take it off and put it back together the way you took it apart. So I'm gonna put it back together now. So you're gonna take your keycaps, these little things, and they're gonna go back in. Once you screw those back in, doing this is a lot harder. You want to tape everything up and try to get your best, and it was really hard for me. You just want to spray paint it and tape it all up, and that's pretty much it. Well, those are the two mods I did for my keyboard. Let me know in the comments if you did these yourself, and I'll see you guys next time.